Stop. Before we advance, can you fully visualize an apple? Full color, full texture, full detail. Can you visualize an apple? If you can, congratulations on being normal. Some of us Aphants really envy you. If you can't, please keep on watching as you may have aphantasia. Hi, how are you? My name is Jacqueline and welcome to my little channel. Before I continue with the topic, I want to talk a little bit about this painting. I am working on painting this tiny little bird school that I found on a walk. I will be using watercolor, and for the background I will be using Indian ink. Also, I don't know what type of bird this is, so if you know, please leave it in the comments because I am curious about it. Okay, back to the topic. Have you heard of the word aphantasia? If you haven't, well, let me explain it to you. Aphantasia comes from the Greek word phantasia, which means imagery or images or picture, and also the Greek word a, which means without. So aphantasia means without a picture or without imagery. The word was first given in 2015 by a cognitive neurologist named Adam Seaman. Get your mind out of the gutter. Aphantasia is a neurological condition that prevents people from voluntarily creating mental images. It is the blindness of the mind. It means not being able to visualize your loved ones, your children, past events, or even memories. If you have trouble visualizing something on command, like when somebody tells you, imagine a happy place and all you see is nothing, then you may have aphantasia. Some of the symptoms for aphantasia are the inability to recall or visualize images of people, past events, objects, unable to see dreams, not being able to visualize stories, for example, a book or an audiobook. Some people say that they have trouble with memories. Yes, they can remember, but they can't put an image to their memories. Aphantasia is in the very early stages of research, and there is no known cure and no known cause. Researchers have studied the MRIs of people with aphantasia, and they noticed reduced brain activity when they were asked to visualize something in comparison to those without aphantasia. About 2 to 5% of people have full-blown aphantasia. Just like other neurological disorders, aphantasia also comes in different spectrums. There are 5 levels of aphantasia. I am going to insert an image here as you may not be able to visualize it. Now, let me know in the comments if you experience some sort of aphantasia and what level do you think you are? Maybe that's why I'm okay at listening to true crime stories, but not okay with watching a TV show about it. Also, I prefer watching movies rather than reading the book, because when I read a book, nothing comes to mind. Everything is blank up here. Sometimes I have to reread a paragraph about 4 or 5 times and just nothing gets stuck. For a moment there, I seriously thought I was developing Alzheimer's. I even brought it up to my doctor, which then she told me that I was too young to even consider that option. I found out about this term about 5 years ago randomly on a Facebook post, and I dove into the topic at full force. All of a sudden, everything started to make sense. Now, being an artist with aphantasia has always made me feel inferior. I have always questioned myself and my artistic abilities, and it made me feel like a phony artist as I could never draw something out of memory. I could never create my original characters. Since I can't visualize what I want them to look like, I feel like I am always copying what I'm looking at, and it used to make me wonder if my artwork was original enough. It has taken me a long time to internalize that using references is completely okay. It is okay to copy what you see also. As long as you're not tracing or using AI to benefit you, or passing somebody else's work as your own, then your art journey will be perfectly fine. Also, give credit where credit is due. Nobody wants to see a copy of a photo they took. Because photography is an art form on its own. I have no artistic background at all. I have only taken 2 art classes in high school, which honestly I don't consider that too beneficial for me as I didn't know English back then. And I am pretty sure I failed one of them. Please don't judge me. I mean, who fails art? That will be me because I think I wasn't following the assignments correctly and I just wanted to paint whatever and I did pretty bad actually. But seriously, always, always, always use references. This is something I didn't know growing up, and I always believed that using references was a form of cheating, kind of like tracing. I know there are a lot of online tools that can help you create a storyboard with references, color palettes, and notes. I have not played around with any. Actually, I use Procreate to be able to make my own collages, and that has worked great so far, so I'm sticking with it. Okay, so story time. One day at a birthday party, one of my mom's acquaintances decided to judge me because I set up my camera and I was taking video and pictures of my kids. Yes, I take a ton of pictures, events, people's places, my kids to be able to recall memories. Anytime we go out, you find me taking photos. Well, this lady decided to judge me and question me. This lady literally had the audacity to tell me, "Do you really have to take a picture of everything? Not everything needs to be on social media. Why don't you put your phone away and live in the moment?" Mind you, I do not post anything to my social media. I only have about 130 people on my social media, and most of them is my family. I am very confrontational and I really wanted to be mean to her, but this time I contained myself and I decided to educate her instead of flipping her off and tell her to go fuck herself. At that point, I already had a name to it, so I explained it to her. I told her what aphantasia is and I told her that taking pictures helped me recall those moments. She did apologize and was very understanding, and she also told me that she kind of has something similar. I'm glad she apologized, but still, who does that? Seriously, just mind your own business. Anyways, my point with all of this is that you have to do whatever you have to do to get better at anything. Sometimes doing things unconventionally works best. Everybody learns differently and everything is valid. Like I said, as long as you're not tracing, passing people's artwork as your own, or not giving credit where credit is due, or using AI. Have you guys seen all the stuff AI is doing right now? Yeah, fuck AI. I know my art will never be spectacular like other artists as my artwork is very simple. But it means a lot to me because it's time and effort that I have spent on creating something that makes me proud. I just hope I can motivate maybe a young artist that feels discouraged or also has a fantasia and not know it. There is ways to improve your artwork and create something beautiful even if you can't picture it. If you have gotten this far, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And now imagine a happy place with a sunset and waves. Do you see that? No? Then it's probably Aphantasia. Welcome to the void of emptiness. Until next time, bye!